guys, it's Christy. Welcome back to my channel. It is currently 9:30 at night and I'm super excited. Doesn't always happen at 9:30 at night, but I am actually going to smoke a brisket tomorrow, and I like to marinate it overnight in the fridge. Many moons ago, we had a friend that would go to the barbecue like competition things, and he would place high, he would win some, and then he would place like second and third. And he told us that his trick of the trade is to marinate with mustard. So that's what I do now, and it turns out really good. So let me show you what I got going on here, okay? All right guys, so I have my brisket and I coated it in just the French's Classic mustard. That's all I do. And then I just use a basic seasoning mix. There's them over here. So we got garlic, onion, pepper, salt, paprika, and then I do 2 packets of a sugar substitute. I use stevia, and I mix it all together. And it's basically seasoning to your preference. I've already done one side, so I'm gonna put the rest of the seasoning onto this brisket. I'm gonna wrap it up and I'm gonna put it in the fridge overnight. And then I'm using applewood pellets. I have a pellet smoker, and that's what I'm gonna use. So let me get this wrapped up and I'll show you what it looks like before we go into the fridge. Real fast before I wrap it up, I just wanted to give you a glimpse of what it looks like with all the seasonings. And I just cover the entire brisket on both sides because I am going to smoke it for the first few hours wrapped in foil, but halfway through I'm going to flip it and take the foil off so it gets that nice crisp coating that brisket has. That makes it so yummy. So just giving you a check-in. All right guys, I double wrapped mine and flipped it because I want the fat cap on top so that in the morning when I get my smoker going and get this ready, I'm just gonna move it out and I will know that the fat cap is on top, because as it's cooking, that fat is gonna render and it's gonna go down into the brisket and keep your brisket moist. I'm also going to show you in the morning, if I remember, because it's gonna be early, that I do a spray with apple cider vinegar and water. And once I take this foil off, when it's cooking or smoking, I'll just spray it a couple times to keep the brisket moist and not dried out. We'll see you guys in the morning. All right guys, it's the next morning. I have my smoker set on 275, and like I told you guys, I do the applewood chips. I just fill up my hopper with my chips. Make sure that it's closed. And then I put my brisket in. Some people do it the reverse way that I do it. They do the brisket for halfway and then they'll wrap it in foil. It's whatever you prefer. This is just how I do it. So 275 in the smoker. It's gonna go here for a whole day. So I'll check back in with you guys in a few hours. All right guys, it's been about 5 hours for my brisket on this side. So now I'm gonna flip it and I'm going to take off some of the foil so I can start getting the smoke. And I have these awesome mittens for mine. If you don't have them, be careful when you're flipping. Ooh. All right. Just don't breathe too much. Whew. Guys, I got the foil off. I did have a little bit of mishap here, but that's okay. It's just the fat area. I leave foil down underneath mine because I know my smoker, and it has the auger and the pipeline underneath it for my pellets. And if I let it sit just with the meat, it will cause flare-ups and burn my brisket. So this is how it's looking right now. I got about 5 more hours to go, and I'll come check in with you guys when it's done. All right guys, we're back. This is after, I think I smoked mine for 10 hours. It could go a little bit longer, but I ran out of pellets. It's cooked all the way through. It doesn't have the super thick smoke ring, and that's just because I do my foil first. So if you switch it and do it open first, you'd get a thicker smoke ring if that's what you like. And I'm gonna let this set for 10 minutes because I just brought it in, and then I'm gonna cut it against the grain and show you what it looks like on a plate. All right, guys, I totally forgot to get a pretty shot before I started disassembling this because I do cut some of it up and then the rest of it I chop it up and freeze it and store it and all that good stuff. But I wanted to show you, like, this is against the grain and this is not. So you can tell when you're cutting it, when you start to cut it, if you're cutting it right or if you're cutting it wrong. See, not against the grain, it's like falling apart, but it's still good. It still tastes like brisket, and I'll chop it up and do it in like chopped brisket sandwiches. I'm actually gonna make Texas Twinkies, so I'll use this part and I'll just chop it up to put in my Texas Twinkies. But yeah, you're looking for something like this, and my brisket turned out amazing. I hope your guys does too. Have a good evening. Don't forget to like and subscribe.